Appendix Y, resources. So this is a list of resources. It's like 7 pages of resources. I might pull some of these and put them into the resource list that I give to my families, but I'm just going to read off the list of resources. So, Appendix Y, resources, Academy of Breastfeeding Medicine, ABM, www.bfmed.org, protocols to facilitate best practice in breastfeeding medicine. Academy of Lactation Policy and Practice, ALPP, www.alpp.org, certifying body for CLCs, ALCs, and ANLCs. American Academy of Pediatrics, AAP, www.aap.org, policy statements on breastfeeding, breastfeeding and medications, ICD-10 coding for lactation care, AAP, ACOG guidelines for perinatal care. American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, ACOG, www.acog.org, policy statements on breastfeeding and obstetric care, ACOG/AAP guidelines for perinatal care. Association of Women's Health, Obstetric and Neonatal Nurses, AWHON, www.awhonn.org, post-birth warning signs. Baby Sleep Info Source, BASIS, www.basisonline.org.uk, research-based evidence on infant sleep for parents and professionals. Baby Friendly Initiative Canada, www.breastfeedingcanada.ca/en/baby friendly initiative, baby-friendly-initiative guidance on implementing the BFI in Canada. Baby Friendly USA Inc., BFUSA, www.babyfriendlyusa.org, guidance on implementing the BFHI in the United States. Clean Label Project, cleanlabelproject.org/baby, information about contamination of infant formula and foods. Cochrane Collaboration, www.cochrane.org, systematic reviews regarding breastfeeding found under the pregnancy and childbirth section. Global Health Media Project, globalhealthmedia.org, videos on breastfeeding and infant feeding for health workers and parents. Health Education Associates Inc., HEA, www.healthed.com, materials for patient education and professional continuing education. Health Connect One, www.healthconnect1.org, resources for reproductive justice, advancing a model of respective community-based peer-to-peer support for childbearing families. Healthy Children Project Inc., HCP, Center for Breastfeeding, www.centerforbreastfeeding.org, training and continuing education for lactation care providers, research and consulting. Human Milk Banking Association of North America, HMBANA, www.hmbana.org, guidelines for milk banking, resources for donors. International Baby Food Action Network, IBFAN, www.ibfan.org, information about international code compliance. International Milk Banking Initiative, internationalmilkbanking.org, information on milk banks and milk banking around the world. The Joint Commission, www.jointcommission.org, perinatal care measures, speak up campaign for breastfeeding. Julia's Way, juliasway.org, resources for nursing babies with Down syndrome. Medline Access, www.pubmed.gov, medical literature search engine through U.S. National Library of Medicine. Our Milky Way blog, ourmilkyway.org, blog of the Healthy Children Project, Inc. Reaching Our Sisters Everywhere, Rose, www.breastfeedingrose.org, resources and networking opportunities for individuals and communities, building equity in maternal child health through culturally competent training, education, advocacy, and support. UNICEF UK Baby Friendly Initiative, www.unicef.org.uk/babyfriendly, guidance, documents, and visual media for implementing the BFHI in the United Kingdom. United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, www.unicef.org, resources for baby-friendly hospital initiative, global strategy for infant and youth child feeding, and other policy endeavors, Global Breastfeeding Collective. United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, www.unhcr.org, guidance for infant and young child feeding in emergencies. United States Breastfeeding Committee, USBC, www.usbreastfeeding.org, Strategic Framework for Breastfeeding in the United States, Advocacy Tools, Education, and Action Resources. U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, Food and Nutrition Service, WIC, wicworks.fns.usda.gov, breastfeeding education resources in several languages developed by WIC programs around the United States. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, USDHHS, Administration for Children and Families, Office of Human Services Emergency Preparedness and Response, www.acf.hhs.gov/OHSEPR, resources for infant feeding during disasters. Agency for Healthcare Research and Quality, AHRQ, www.ahrq.gov, evidence reviews on breastfeeding. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, www.cdc.gov/breastfeeding. Resources on U.S. breastfeeding rates and data. Contraindications for breastfeeding, see Appendix Q. FAQs about breastfeeding and health conditions, medications, environmental exposures, human milk storage guidelines, breast pump cleaning instructions, and safe infant formula preparation. U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, www.fda.gov, information about infant formula recalls and issues around some medications. To report equipment damage, search the FDA Manufacturer and User Facility Device Experience, MAUD, database. Maternal Child Health Bureau, MCHB, www.mchb.hrsa.gov, business case for breastfeeding. National Institutes of Health, Eunice Kennedy Shriver, National Institute of Child Health and Human Development, safetosleep.nichd.nih.gov, information on safe sleep environments. Office of Disease Prevention and Health Promotion, health.gov/healthy-people/objectives-data/browsers-objectives/infants. Healthy People 2030 Goals for Breastfeeding. Office of the Surgeon General, www.hhs.gov/Surgeon General. Surgeon General's call to action to support breastfeeding. Office of Women's Health, OWH, www.womenshealth.gov. Resources for sustaining breastfeeding while returning to school or work, National Breastfeeding Campaign. U.S. Department of Labor, www.dol.gov/agencies/WHD/nursing-mothers. FAQs about workplace rights for milk expression under the Fair Labor Standards Act. World Alliance for Breastfeeding Advocacy, WABA, waba.org.my. Resources for World Breastfeeding Week themes and celebrations. World Breastfeeding Trends Initiative, WBTI International. WorldBreastfeedingTrends.org. National Reports and Comparative Statistics. World Breastfeeding Trends Initiative USA, WBTIUSA.org, reports on the status of the United States as a whole and as state and territories. World Health Organization, WHO, www.who.org, resources for baby-friendly hospital initiative, International Code of Marketing of Breast Milk, substitutes, global strategy and other policy endeavors, Global Breastfeeding Collective, growth charts for breastfed infants, safe formula preparation, infant feeding in emergencies. Medication safety resources. Infant Risk Center, telephone 1-806-352-2519, www.infantrisk.com. Lactation Study Center, University of Rochester School of Medicine, Telephone 1-585-275-0088, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern, healthcare professionals only. LACMED, U.S. National Library of Medicine, searchable database on drugs and lactation, and that's https://www.ncbi.nlm.nih.gov/books/NBK501922. And that is the end of Appendix Y resources.